are you guys doing in there? I didn't even see you. What's up, YouTube? It's your beekeeper. Coming right back at you from, can you see? Huh? 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 El Rancho. What are we doing today? Today, we're going to change the thermostat. Where is it? Here. Cummins part number 5292744. And we're going to be replacing the thermostat in this 2005 Dodge Ram 2500 pickup. Wait a minute. Let's back the truck up here a little bit. Do you guys even know this truck yet? Yeah, sorry. Do you guys even know this truck yet? I don't think you do. Man, this screen's a little funky. Hopefully you guys are getting a clear view of this. By the time you guys see this, the old red 99 Dodge truck will be gone. It'll be sold. And I bought a new truck. I didn't really film it because it was kind of it just happened really quickly. The desire for me to have a four-wheel drive Cummins powered truck has been strong with this one for many years. And I've long lamented about doing a Cummins swap in the 88 Suburban, which may still happen. But the thing with the 99 Dodge that I had, the red one, extended cab, it was only two-wheel drive. So every time I come up here to El Rancho in late fall and it was rainy and slick, the mud is slick as snot, and then winter time when it's snowing, always was stressful because I know I need four-wheel drive. I know I need four-wheel drive. So let me set this down for a minute. I'd been on a soft hunt for a long time. Soft hunt. So I thought it'd be prudent to keep an eye out for a four-wheel drive. I wanted a 5.9. I wanted a manual transmission. And I wanted a four-door. So basically what I was looking for was a combination of a Suburban and the red truck all rolled into one vehicle. So I wanted a four-wheel drive, short bed pickup, four-door, 6-speed, 5.9, of course 3/4 ton, that makes sense. Of course a Dodge, because that's all it comes in. I looked for about a year, I'm not even exaggerating. And then, you know, January, right? This is the lingering effects of my motorcycle accident. I still have trouble with the flexor tendon in my index finger. It'll come or it won't. It'll be right or it won't. We're not worried about that. And then this whole pandemic thing hits. So the guy that used to own this truck needed some money, needed to pay bills. This was an extra vehicle. And I swooped in, and I think I got a pretty sweet deal. So here I drive. And then I sold the red truck. 2 days ago, I sold the red truck. And let's just say, believe it or not, or don't, I got what I sold the red truck for, came within a couple $100s of what I paid for this truck. I was really trying hard to make it be like an even wash, which would be really cool. But the guy that bought the red truck was real excited about it. It was exactly what he was looking for. And he's fantastic. Down the road he went. It wasn't a virus fire sale for me, but it was a virus fire sale for the guy that owned this white truck. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but it worked well for me. So let's take a look. Let me turn you guys around. This is going to, let's just turn around. So here we sit. You already saw that. Let me lower this real quick so you can see what's going on. Here we are. 2005 four-door short bed four-wheel drive G56, not the NV 5600 but the G56 6-speed. Some Toyo open country 35 by 17 tires on some Raceline wheels. Pretty nice looking wheel and tire combo. It's not lifted, but it has the leveling springs in the front. It's a beautiful truck. This is almost too nice for me, right? I mean, yeah, she's a beaut. Look at that. It's funny, the guy that owned it before me had the truck muscles, right? Had the mirrors flipped up. As soon as we shook on the deal, I walked over to the truck, flipped them up, flipped them back down. That's just silly. I think it's silly. It did need a few things. It had what he thought, or he was told, was an oil leak. Turned out it was a diesel leak. First thing I did, I got under there, I'm like, well, this is way too clear to be oil. So I touched it. It was a diesel leak. It was a number 6 injection line coming off the common rails, about a quarter turn loose. I'm not sure why. Snugged it up. Diesel leak stopped. The e-brake didn't work on this thing. He said that his mechanic told him everything was worn out and he needed all new components. The guy was not mechanically inclined. This is the same mechanic that told him that was an oil leak, what really was a diesel leak, and he had to take the engine out or do something to fix this oil leak. I suspect the mechanic loosened the flare nut on that. Anyway, my suspicions are what they are. The mechanic told him had an oil leak. Turned out it was diesel. I fixed it in about 9 minutes. He told him that the e-brake was worn out and it would be a lot of money because he needed all new stuff and things. I just adjusted the cable and it stops. It holds its own on a hill. I think the thing is right here. You know? I don't know if you even saw that. What else did it need? Needed a headache rack. So you'll recognize this headache rack. I pulled this out of the 99 and I welded up some heavy chain. There were two things when I built this. I don't know if you remember this. This is just scrap that I had laying around in my yard. The two things that were really disappointing in my build of this headache rack was I didn't put any good hooks for my tie downs and I didn't put work lights. So now we have. So I pulled it off the 99. I welded up some seriously heavy chain, some 5/8 thick chain. So now I have 5 links on either side that I could hook straps to. I haven't wired this up yet, obviously, but I will, and it'll be nice. Oh, I needed to get a new tailgate. I just went into town yesterday to one of the local yards, and I found a white one, which makes me happy. What doesn't make me happy is I used a paint pen to put the inventory number on there. Urgh. But it works well. I am going to put big horn. I'm going to put a little grease in on the hinge. But this was the old one. He had the bed down, you can see, and he squidged it. He backed into a tree or something silly and completely damaged it. It tore the right lock is torn on the other side there. The cable was missing. So I mean, if you really pulled on this thing, it'd pop loose. But at least he didn't bend the bed. It didn't come with a jack either, so I bought this at the yard. So I got a lug wrench and a jack, and I got the tools to drop the spare tire. What? Yes. This one says Bighorn. My old one said heavy duty. I don't know what I'm going to keep. I'll probably pull all the badges off this thing, saw it into 3 pieces and recycle it. I need to do some sort of bed liner. It's not rusty, which is nice. I mean, there's a little surface rust, but I'm going to do some kind of Herculiner or something in here. I'm not quite sure what. He had a toolbox in here. And I need bed space more than I need a toolbox, so I swapped it. I put the toolbox on the red truck, so that went with the red truck, and then I wanted to keep this since I built it myself. But this thing is cool. I think it's cool. It's missing one of the fender flares. I don't know. It was just gone. There's a little spot of rust right here. It's not bad. It's not even through to the other side. It's just on the surface. So I'm going to fix that, address that, and then to the best of my research, these look like Bushwhacker. They come up 4.5 inches on the fender. I mean, these are beefy, right? Because the tires do stick out a little bit. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anybody that's selling just one. So I got to buy all of them, and they're like close to $500 for the set. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for another one rear right. Oh yeah, there was a ding on the fender here. I touched the paint up. Looks like the guy used a rock or something to knock that ding out. It's really weird. But she's mighty. This thing is tall. Oof. Let's take a look at the inside. 140,000 miles. 142,000 miles. Yep. It's got the mechanical, not electronic solenoid, the transfer case. I went 4-wheeling in it last night out in the backwoods on the other side of this knoll, and put a nice redneck pinstripe on the roof. You could see it right down the center. Put a little redneck pinstripe on the roof. Whatever. Super clean though. Yep, I got Tigger. Let's go around at the other side. I think they're Bushwhacker. I don't know. 4-inch exhaust, straight pipe, no muffler. It's actually quieter than the 5-inch exhaust on the 99. I mean, I know it's a different engine. It's the same engine, but it's different. Common rail versus the VP. Oh yeah, it's got the Edge tuner on there, which is pretty nice. But I am changing this is the first big drive I've taken here up to El Rancho, and I noticed that the temperature was fluctuating from like 180 to 211. It just kept rocking back and forth. So the thermostat's probably pooped the bed. Brake controller, of course. I'm digging it though. This truck is really nice. Almost, like I said, too nice for me. I do like the fact that the seats flip up separately. You get the little flingus here. Oh, I went by the Fred Meyer and I picked up a couple mats for the back. These are like $4.99 each. But you got your thing here. And your thing there. I put some jumper cables and the adapters. Some work gloves, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Dented. So that's yeah, that's the introduction to the old out with the old, in with the new. No rust. I mean, the frame's clean. California rig. All the doors shut nice. She's a good one. Got a little dink right here. But for what I paid, trust me, I am not worried about it. Oh yeah, so mechanically, right? So January of 2020, the guy drops this truck off at his mechanic. He puts 4 brand new tires on this thing. He rebuilds the front axle, gets a 4-wheel alignment, gets 2 new batteries, and puts a clutch in it. South Bend single disc clutch. He spent like $5 grand on this truck in just January of 2020, when life was good, you know, and then things weren't. So yeah, tie rod end links, new ball joints, and it's pretty dry under here now that I got the diesel leak fixed. It's not all muddy. The AC doesn't work either, so I need to get with Skippy. Skippy's HVACR certified and yada yada. We can do this like we did the 99. We'll get it running. Look at how dry it is. This transmission shifts so much nicer than the NVs. It's crazy. Straight pipe, no muffler, no catalytic either. Yep. Look at the oil filter. You got all the fluids changed too. January 7th, 2020. New oil filter, fuel filter. He did the fluid in the front and rear diff. I got all the paperwork for all this thing. I got quite a binder. Alright, let's get up. This is ridiculous. There, my tools are. So that's that. Alright, I think I've talked long enough. Well, I hope you like this quick little walk around tour of the new almighty Dodge. It's got a few dents, and I hadn't thought about changing the bumper, but I'm really not that worried about it. Honestly, bumper's fine. You guys, you know, I almost went this whole video without letting you guys hear it. Another thing too he did that I've got to fix is I think the brake's on. Oh, the brake was not on, buddy. Hold on. And this thing rolled down the embankment. Let's see what we got here. You can start it without pressing the clutch. I don't think that's the way to go. Cold start. Engine temperature 62 degrees. Exhaust temp 64. See, they're all the same. Ready? Okay, I'll be quiet. And contact. Fuel gauge works. Got good oil pressure. No smoke. Two new batteries in January. Oh yeah. This is the switch I use for the light bar. On off. This is the switch I'm going to use for the backup lights. Just a round switch I plugged into the cigarette lighter. Doesn't matter. There's a cigarette lighter here, and there's one in the center consoles or the armrest. So I'm gonna pull the guts out of this thing. I don't need it. All right. Anyhow, gotta go. Gotta run. See ya.